on his back, fighting him off in the first round. And then they start in the second round. Chandler moves straight to him, and Oliveira just pieces him up.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember.
Woo! He hit him with a clean left hook. It was clean.
I think I was there.
You might have been.
Yeah, man, we hear some good ass fights this year. And now, Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh,
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard.
that's one dude that, like, I believe all the shit he was talking.
Crawford? Yeah. Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying shit.
They tried to say that, like, Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him, because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like, you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better at orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know? Oh, just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what's coming.
Here's a polished rewrite of your text. Joe Rogan warns Canelo Alvarez against fighting Terence Crawford. UFC commentator Joe Rogan has weighed in on the highly anticipated clash between reigning 147-pound champion Terence Crawford and Mexico's three-division super middleweight king, Canelo Alvarez. Crawford's camp has confirmed that a deal is in place for the fight, set to take place on September 13. Discussing the matchup on a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience alongside stand-up comedian Brian Simpson, Rogan couldn't contain his admiration for Crawford's brilliance in the ring. While praising the boxing phenom, he also addressed a major controversy surrounding Crawford's 2023 victory over Errol Spence Jr. Following Crawford's dominant win, speculation arose that Spence's diminished defense was a result of lasting damage from a devastating car accident years prior. However, Rogan pushed back against that assumption, arguing that Crawford's sheer skill made the outcome inevitable. He would have beaten Spence injuries or not, Rogan stated, adding that Crawford's technical prowess was on another level. He described Crawford as a master of switch hitting, seamlessly transitioning from southpaw to orthodox while maintaining the same level of effectiveness and keeping opponents off balance. While Rogan is all in on Crawford, not everyone is convinced. Mexican-American boxer David Benavidez has also weighed in on the matchup. In an interview with TNT Sports, Benavidez acknowledged that both fighters dominate their respective divisions and that the bout has the potential to be one of the most electrifying clashes in recent years. To be honest, Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen, Benavidez said. But when he moved up to 154, he didn't seem to have the same power he had at 147. Now, he has to jump 2 or 3 more weight classes. Given the natural size advantage Canelo holds at 168 pounds, Benavidez sees him as the clear favorite. Crawford is a one-of-a-kind fighter, but weight classes exist for a reason. I'd give Canelo the edge. Rogan, however, remains hopeful that Crawford will rise to the challenge. On the same episode of his podcast, he expressed concern over whether Crawford would be big enough to handle the fight but hoped he could keep Canelo at bay. Rogan also highlighted the difficulty of facing an opponent with Canelo's devastating punching power. The potential September showdown in Las Vegas has boxing fans on the edge of their seats. It's a classic clash of styles, strategic brilliance, and the challenge of bridging weight divisions. As excitement builds, the debate over who holds the upper hand continues. Adding fuel to the fire, Jose Benavidez, the elder brother of WBC interim light heavyweight champion David Benavidez, has joined the discussion. At 32, Jose has first-hand experience with Crawford's power, having suffered a brutal knockout loss to him in their 2018 clash for the WBO welterweight title. During a press conference for the highly anticipated fight between David Morrell and David Benavidez, Jose shared his insights in an interview with Fight Hub TV. Crawford is a beast. He's smart. He knows what he's doing, he said. While acknowledging Canelo's size advantage, he dismissed the idea that weight alone determines the outcome of a fight. Canelo is not that big of a guy. Obviously, he weighs more, but you can't take anything away from Crawford. He goes in there to win. Jose also voiced disappointment.
He's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's an artist.
I remember like young V-Hop.
Yeah.
It was like just so sharp and made it look
Yeah.
almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art. He's piecing up people in an art form. All right, Brian Simpson. Let's wrap this bitch up. Bring it home. Everybody, BS Comedian on Twitter, BS Comedian on Instagram.
BrianSimpsonComedy.com for tour tickets.
Netflix special.
Live from the mothership.
Bam.
Right now.
That's it. Thank you, brother. Bye. Thank you.
Oh,
all right.
What? To talk about. I wanted to thank you for sending people to go watch that clip of Rob on YouTube.
Oh,
I got a lot of
one of the best videos, or one of the best bits of all time. I love that. All right, go see it. It's on your
disappointment that his younger brother never got the opportunity to fight Canelo. It sucks that my brother didn't get that shot. Only Canelo knows why that didn't happen. David Benavidez had been Canelo's mandatory challenger, but negotiations stalled after Canelo reportedly set an exorbitant price for the fight. With no deal in sight, Benavidez moved up in weight and secured an impressive victory over Alexander Gvozdyk to claim the interim light heavyweight title. Despite some skepticism about Crawford's size, Jose Benavidez praised his fight IQ, emphasizing his ability to transition between stances fluidly, making him unpredictable and dangerous. He noted that many of Canelo's past opponents appeared mentally overwhelmed before even stepping into the ring, but Crawford would come in with a completely different mindset. Crawford is going there to win. He's not going in there to lose, he predicted. Not everyone agrees with Benavidez's assessment. Mexican boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez has thrown his support behind Canelo, predicting a knockout within 6 or 7 rounds. While he respects Crawford's skill, Chavez firmly believes the 13-pound weight disparity will be too much to overcome. Crawford is a great fighter, but there are weight classes for a reason, he stated. However, not all experts share Chavez's view. YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul made waves by picking Crawford over Canelo, arguing that Crawford has the skill and freshness to win. Similarly, undefeated heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk expressed admiration for Crawford during an appearance on the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast. "I like Terence. He's my friend," Usyk said. "But it's crazy, man. Terence wins. He's different. He works both sides right and left. He's very, very smart. He feels distance and placement." A 14-pound difference across 2 weight classes might seem like a massive leap, but Crawford appears unfazed by Canelo's size advantage. As negotiations continue and the fight inches closer, the boxing world remains divided. IBF welterweight champion Jaron Boutsenis, currently ranked as the ring's top welterweight, has admitted he'll be watching eagerly. While he isn't taking sides, he recognizes the fight's magnitude and what's at stake for both champions. With anticipation growing, fans and analysts alike continue to debate whether Crawford's speed and skill can overcome Canelo's size and power. September 13th promises to deliver one of the most intriguing fights in recent boxing history. This version improves readability, removes repetition, and enhances flow while keeping all key details. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks. The showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory, with expert opinions divided. Ennis views the potential fight as a 50-50 battle, acknowledging the unpredictable nature of such a clash. Crawford's future is no longer focused on a potential fight with the Hall of Famer, as he shifts gears toward new challenges, including Canelo. At 37, Crawford is nearing the end of his career, and his recent move up to 154 pounds, where he secured a win over Israel Madrimov, raises questions about how he will fare against a much bigger opponent like Canelo. Canelo, a unified super middleweight champion, has been defending his titles with ease. However, Crawford's smaller frame and agility are believed to pose some challenges for Canelo, though the question remains, can Crawford maintain his legendary speed and reflexes while carrying the extra 14 pounds? According to Andis, Crawford's speed could be affected, but it's unclear how it will play out. Bob Arum, who has worked with both fighters, originally dismissed Crawford.
I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner. Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo but Canelo can hurt there.
Dismissed Crawford's chances but later acknowledged that Crawford's exceptional skill set, including his ambidextrous style, could make it a closer fight. Despite Crawford's reputation as a tactical genius, his weight disadvantage against Canelo is a major hurdle. Prominent figures like Eddie Hearn are skeptical of Crawford's ability to overcome Canelo's size and power but admit that Crawford's agility and ring IQ might be the key to troubling Canelo. Meanwhile, Israel Madrimov, who recently faced Crawford, has expressed doubt about Crawford's ability to overcome the size difference, predicting a Canelo win by decision. Teddy Atlas, a well-known boxing analyst, believes Crawford could defy expectations. He points to Crawford's versatility and speed, which may give him an edge in the ring. However, moving up from 154 to 168 pounds presents an immense challenge, especially against a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Crawford's success at lighter weight divisions, including his status as an undisputed champion in both super lightweight and welterweight, puts him in a unique position to potentially upset the balance in a fight against Canelo, but the obstacles are considerable. As the fight draws nearer, the weight difference continues to be the central talking point. Crawford's leap to the super middleweight division is already seen as a monumental challenge, especially when taking on a fighter of Canelo's legendary status. While the weight gap is undeniable, many experts, including Crawford's trainer Brian McIntyre, argue that this won't hold Crawford back. They remain confident that Crawford's ring IQ and ability to adapt to any style will enable him to prevail. As negotiations heat up, the fight is tentatively scheduled for September in Las Vegas, but no official confirmation has been made yet. Regardless, the prospects of this clash have elevated it to a level of superfight status, and both fans and analysts are eagerly awaiting the outcome. Crawford may be the underdog in many eyes, but his ability to surprise and adapt makes this fight one of the most unpredictable and exciting matchups in boxing today.
It seems like it's not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford. Against Matt Rudolph, people are going to say, oh, he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matt Rudolph was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you really, Sam, when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make Crawford always saying how great Crawford is. But who did he beat? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. He's beaten anybody that they put in front of him. He beat an undefeated fighter in Errol Spence that everybody thought was just like, one of the best fighters out there, which he was. He was. He was one of the top fighters pound for pound out there, and he didn't just beat him. He dismantled him. He might have ruined him. We were talking about getting ruined in fights earlier. He might have ruined him. We don't know. He hasn't been back yet, Spence.
Disappointment that his younger brother never got the opportunity to fight Canelo. It sucks that my brother didn't get that shot. Only Canelo knows why that didn't happen. David Benavidez had been Canelo's mandatory challenger, but negotiations stalled after Canelo reportedly set an exorbitant price for the fight. With no deal in sight, Benavidez moved up in weight and secured an impressive victory over Alexander Gvozdyk to claim the interim light heavyweight title. Despite some skepticism about Crawford's size, Jose Benavidez praised his fight IQ, emphasizing his ability to transition between stances fluidly, making him unpredictable and dangerous. He noted that many of Canelo's past opponents appeared mentally overwhelmed before even stepping into the ring, but Crawford would come in with a completely different mindset. Crawford is going there to win. He's not going in there to lose, he predicted. Not everyone agrees with Benavidez's assessment. Mexican boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez has thrown his support behind Canelo, predicting a knockout within 6 or 7 rounds. While he respects Crawford's skill, Chavez firmly believes the 13-pound weight disparity will be too much to overcome. Crawford is a great fighter, but there are weight classes for a reason, he stated. However, not all experts share Chavez's view. YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul made waves by picking Crawford over Canelo, arguing that Crawford has the skill and freshness to win. Similarly, undefeated heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk expressed admiration for Crawford during an appearance on the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast. "I like Terence. He's my friend," Usyk said. "But it's crazy, man. Terence wins.